Hi everyone, it's Karina at Onstage College Auditions, and thank you for joining me this week. This week I thought I would talk about college visits. It's spring break for a lot of schools and a lot of students, and it is prime college visit season. Looking into the schools that you're thinking about applying to and that you're starting to have some very serious interest in. So I thought I would go over a few questions and things to keep in mind when you are on campus. So something that I highly suggest is when you are on campus visiting is sitting in on a class. If you sit in on a class, you start to really get a gauge of what the students are like, what the caliber of work is, how big the classes are, how long the classes are, what kind of material they cover, what the faculty is like. It gives you a lot of information. So I highly recommend watching a class. An acting class, a musical theater class, something that you know you'd be interested in, that would be something that you would be taking when you were there. So see if you can sit in on a class while you are on campus. It'll give you a lot of great information. Another thing I think that is really important on these college visits is to speak with the students. Like, have lunch with them or pull someone aside that you feel that you could talk to, or even on your tour, and ask them some questions about the theater department, and start to see what kind of energy that the students have, or attitude that they have towards the theater department. You can ask them kind of the inside scoop, like what is the casting process like, and how do you feel about the classes, and how big is the major, and do you feel like it's hugely competitive? And you get some great feedback that way, talking to the students who are already involved in the theater program at the school. So try to talk to someone while you were there, one of the students that you feel that you could get kind of the real deal from. Another thing that's really important, I think, to ask is to see what the performing opportunities are like. So some schools really don't cast students out of the gates. Like freshmen and sophomores rarely get cast. It's usually juniors and seniors, and sometimes it's just across the board. So see if you can ask some questions about what the performance opportunities are like. You can go on any website of any of these theater programs and see what their season is like. Do they do musicals? Do they do new plays? But see if there is more information that you can get about student-directed work, things that aren't main stage, other opportunities that are available to students to be able to perform and get in front of an audience. So see if you can find out some of that information, so you have a little bit of a better lay of the land about what the audition process is like, and what the casting process is like, and performance opportunities are when you are part of the program. Another great thing to do is to ask about the curriculum, and ask if you'd have to wait to take an acting class. And something that is very common and not unheard of is that freshmen do not take an acting class. They have to wait until their sophomore year. And that's not uncommon. That happens in a lot of departments. But you should ask about the registration process. You should ask about acting classes within the first year, or you have to wait till your sophomore year, and just really kind of get a good feedback about what the kind of curriculum is once you are accepted. In your first year, what does it look like? Another thing to ask is, and if you're someone who's interested in this portion of a program, ask about the abroad program. See if they have an abroad program in London, or somewhere where you can go perform, or even if it's the kind of program where you go somewhere that's not really through the school, it's through another school, if that's an option. If you could go to a program that is affiliated and that you could kind of branch off and do. That's more common, say, in BA programs than BFA programs. But if you want to look into a school with an abroad component in your junior year for a semester, for a year, that's a really good question to ask, is where they have their abroad programs, and if there's somewhere that you want to go on your year abroad, if there's a way to coordinate that or arrange that through the school. So that's another thing to think about. I think being on campus gives you a lot of information. You really see the energy and the vibe of the school. You start to see, can I see myself here? Or is this kind of, you know what, I thought I was really going to be excited about the school, and then, it's kind of maybe not fitting with me. So going on campus is going to give you a lot of information. Even within a very short period of time, in an afternoon, you can start to really feel whether it's a right fit or not. So good luck on your college visits, and if you have any questions, you are free to email me at onstagecollegeauditions@gmail.com. And thank you for joining me this week, and have a great time on these college visits. I'll see you later. Bye.